Hey everyone, welcome to Azuria Place. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing the Egglocke challenge run in Pokemon Shield. Last time, we battled our way through the early game, losing a few friendly faces along the way. I don't think I'll ever forgive Bede for his transgressions. The episode ended as we claimed victory over the grass gym and earned the first part of our gym medallion. If you want a reminder of the challenge rules, you can check them out in the description below. And if you're just joining us for the journey now, check out episode 1, the link for which is also in the description. To start things off this time, we are immediately heading to Route 5, where we can grab ourselves another Pokemon, which we can trade in for an egg. After knocking the news reporters out of the way, we catch a Spritzee and trade it in for a brand new egg, kindly provided by Pokemon breeder Polly. After charging around Route 5, our egg starts to hatch, and we get a Togepi, which we name Teal after one of the Skull Kids fairies. We skipped most of the trainers on Route 4 before we faced the grass gym last time, as I didn't want to end up too over-leveled, so we just steamrolled through the fight with brute force. As such, I head back to take down the trainers so I can gain some experience for Teal, while levelling up a few of my box team members. During the battles, we gained enough experience on Makar for him to evolve into a Gloom, which should be rather handy for sweeping Nessa aside when we make it to the water gym. We then head back to Route 5, where we know Hop is waiting to battle us, if you can call our interaction with Hop battles, that is. I'm 90% sure I'm going to regret saying that later. After his stellar performance in the grass gym, we have decided to give Pokeball a rest, and as such, our team currently consists of Elsa, Baloo, Poseidon, Jaws, Makar, and Lon Lon. We eagerly charge forward, ready to crush Hop, but once again, the young team are at it, this time trying to steal this poor guy's bike. Guess it's time for a beatdown. The first ruffian sends out a Galarian Zigzagoon, and we send out Elsa. Disney vs punk rock. Who will win? Zigzagoon starts the battle by making some baby doll eyes at Elsa, but being the cold-hearted queen that she is, she summons an avalanche from the North Mountain to bury the raccoon under the snow. The tiny raccoon then leaps out from the snow pile to charge into Elsa with a tackle, before a superpowered avalanche finishes him off. Our opponent then sends out his thief, who immediately spots Elsa's crown and launches a quick attack to try and nab it. Elsa, however, refuses to let go and drops more of that fresh North Mountain snow on top of her foe. Clearly annoyed at his failed burglary, Teal lets out a sinister snarl that cuts away most of Elsa's HP, forcing her to munch down her berry, before another snow flurry severely weakens the fox Pokemon. Not wanting to risk losing Elsa, we send Makar out to finish the job as the sneaky fox Pokemon tries to call on his buddies to beat us up. Typical bully. Fable beats up Makar one final time, but his newfound form allows him to shrug off the feeble blow and melt away the rest of his opponent's HP with a splash of acid. After we crush his attempt to crush us, the second ruffian steps up to try finish off what his buddy started. We send out a weakened Elsa as our opponent sends out a Sableye that will definitely cause her some trouble. We immediately swap her for Lon Lon to give her floating milk blob a chance at some action. When she enters the field, Sableye rushes forward with a scratch, clawing away a little HP. Lon Lon then floats up to Sableye and gives him a gentle kiss on the cheek to drain away just under half his HP before he counters with an Astonish. The following turn plays out the exact same before a final draining kiss takes out the darkness Pokemon and leaves the Team Yellgrunt without any more Pokemon to continue the battle. For our troubles, the gentleman we saved gives us the bike he was so desperate to keep. Cool. I feel like there was a way to save a lot of time there. Anyway, we jump on our shiny new bike, magically change into some shiny new biking gear, and dash off to the Pokemon Center for a quick heal before taking down Hop. While there, Nurse Joy reminds us for the millionth time there was a rare Pokemon at Wedgehurst Station. Yes, thank you. We done beat you. We head back to Route 5 for the battle on the Big Bridge, and Hop starts off by sending out Lulu as we send out our Ice Queen to start things off. Lulu starts off by performing a rolling tackle that connects with Elsa, powering up her following avalanche that reduces Wooloo to what must be only 1 or 2 HP. Elsa starts to gather her power for the finishing blow, but Hop quickly lobbed a super potion towards his trusty sheep, restoring it to full health and causing Elsa's ice shard to fall way short of finishing off the battle. Having been re-energized by Hop's intervention, Wooloo charges once again, connecting with Elsa and allowing her flurry of snow to take the tiny sheep Pokemon out of action. Hop then sends out Corvisquire, which means this should be a relatively easy fight for Elsa. Let's hope I haven't spoken too soon. Corvisquire once again becomes possessed by a seagull and charges forward at our tiny ice cream Pokemon, who plucks away, reducing her health by 16. Elsa counters with an Icy Blast, taking the Raven Pokemon below half health and reducing his speed. Hop yet again states that he should have known we had Master type matchups, as if we hadn't crushed him with them in every battle so far. At this point we take a gamble. One more pluck and Elsa falls. But I reckon we can outspeed the Raven Pokemon and take it down. Elsa pulls through and one final Icy Wind takes Hop down to his final Pokemon. He then sends out his Drizzile. I immediately recall Elsa before the emo lizard can deal any damage to her. Macker takes her place, and the lizard takes no time in binding him. Now that Macker has been bound, Drizzle forces him to listen to his awful singing as he fires off a round. Horrified at what he has just heard, Macker puts Drizzle out of his misery with a super effective Giga Drain. Knowing he can't best us in combat, Hop instead decides to give us a revive. Still too soon. Having been reminded of a recent heartbreak, we charge ahead to Hullbury, taking out anyone who stands in our way. This allows Jaws to evolve into Charjabug, which is perfect timing, as he could play a vital role in taking down the Water Gym. We arrive in the scenic seaside town of Hullbury, and the first thing I notice is this lovely little pier. You know what time it is. We immediately make a beeline for the docks, only to be stopped by the scary looking lady, a very casually dressed chairman, and the spawn of Satan himself. After a brief interaction, where we learn nothing of importance, the chairman says he would like to get to know us better, so invites us to a seafood place for dinner. Gross. This is literally my worst nightmare come true. Fish should stay in the sea. Unless they can be traded for eggs, of course. We continue to rush to the docks, where we immediately cast our line and fish up an Arrokuda. We then utter the magic words, and miraculously revert it into an egg of a totally different Pokemon species. Unless it pulls a fast one like Oddish from the previous episode. As we begin hatching the egg, we pass by a bunch of fans trying to get a sneak peek at the chairman. Despite their enthusiasm, none of them seem keen to take their place in the restaurant from hell, and they call themselves fans. Pfft. Our new egg begins to hatch, and we end up with a Swirlix that we call Ravio, after the merchant from A Link Between Worlds. At this point, we head off to the wild area to gather some candies, as we manage to run out while leveling up Ravio. In order to keep things moving at a steady pace, when an egg hatches, I've been using candies to level up to the same level as the Pokemon that was traded in. So in order to stay stocked up, Pokemon breeder Polly joined in for some raid battles, whereas Pokemon tend to obliterate anything that stands in our way. My favourite part by far is when Mime Jr. wreaks havoc on this pure Cutiefly. After finishing the raids, I gathered together a team to take down Nessa. I opt for Calyx, Jaws, Ravio, Elsa, Makar, and Poseidon. The team ranges from level 16 to 23, with most of them between 19 to 21, so we should be on an equal footing with Nessa level-wise. The Water Gym challenge consists of a maze. We have to turn jets of water on and off to make a path to the stadium and the leader of the Water Maniacs. On the way through, we have to battle 3 trainers who didn't stand a chance. Calyx fires off Magical Leaf after Magical Leaf, one-shotting every opponent who stands in our way, allowing us to easily reach the main arena. After exchanging pleasantries, the battle begins, and Nessa sends out her Goldeen as we send out Makar. As we are now in a power spot location, we gather Dynamax energy into our Wishing Star, granting us the ability to Dynamax. An overly excited Goldie races forward, scoring the first strike of the match, as her horn connects with Makar. Makar uses the opportunity to drain the goldfish's health, scoring a KO and restoring his own HP. Nessa then sends out an Aracuda, and much like the previous Pokemon, the tiny fish races forward to take a bite out of Makar. Once again, he seizes the opportunity to drain his opponent's HP, putting her out of action while restoring himself to full. Nessa is now left with just her ace, Dreadnought. She immediately calls for a Dynamax of her final Pokemon, and we contemplate doing the same, but ultimately decide just to go for a Giga Drain. The giant rock turtle manages to outspeed us, which perhaps isn't that surprising considering we are a plant, and we get hit with a Max Geyser that sets up the rain, powering up water moves, while Makar loses only 11 HP. Makar connects with Giga Drain, restoring his own HP to full, while leaving Dreadnought severely wounded. Dreadnought counters Giga Drain with a Max Darkness that does a lot more damage than the Geyser did the previous turn, and strips Makar of over half of his health, while dropping his special defense. After munching on his berry, Makar uses one final Giga Drain to fell the giant turtle, netting us a win over our second gym challenge, and earning us the water badge to add to our medallion. We leave the gym, and the scary lady is back to tell us we need to go for our seafood now. Please save me. We reluctantly head to dinner, and...
Hey! Listen!
Sonia is here. Yes, Sonia, I was invited. You don't have to sound so shocked. We sit down to enjoy our napkin, and we learn more about Dynamaxing, and a special device called a Power Spot Detector that, wait for it, detects power spots. Wow. The chairman then takes a moment to tell everyone that they should definitely like and subscribe to my channel before we leave the restaurant without having to partake in any actual eating. Talk about dodging a bullet. On the way to the door, Sonia stops to give us the TM for retaliate. The user gets revenge for a fainted ally. Apparently, everyone just wants to rub it in our face that we're getting Pokemon killed. Thanks, I guess. Outside, we meet Hop, who seems impressed at our badge collecting skills and informs us we should head through Gather Mine number 2. I guess they ran out of cool names for caves in this generation. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to call that a wrap for this episode. The reminders of Joltik's untimely demise are just too much to bear. Join us next time, when we head through the second Gather Mine, have our second battle with Bede, and then things take a little bit of a turn for the worst as we prepare to fight fire with fire. I hope you're enjoying the Egglocke challenge run so far, and thank you so much for watching. Until the next one.